Have you ever wished you could create an actually helpful and functional dashboard inside of Trello? Now, I'm not specifically talking about a dashboard that has charts and things like that. I'm talking about one that is actionable and usable for you, whether you're a solo business owner or you're part of a team or even you're managing a team. So I want to re-highlight one of my favorite power-ups in this video, but show you a different level of how you can use it. So before we dive into this, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and ring that little notification bell so that you never miss a tutorial or upload. Okay, so the power up we're talking about, of course, is Dashcards. I've shown this a couple of different times at 2 different levels so far. I've shown it to you at a very, very basic, like just count up and roll up this particular list or whatever it might be on my board, right? How many cards are in this list? And that can be really, really helpful, especially if you have a list that is kind of working as a backlog or a brain dump, and you need to have an idea of how many things are actually sitting in that list. And then the other way that I have shown you how to use Dashcards is a little bit more complex, and that's when we were looking at our business budget board, the one that is helping us track our P&L, profit and loss, using a premium Trello workspace. So that means that we had custom fields and we were using some of the fields, the calculated fields and things like that, like profit and whatnot, to roll up into a dash card at the top of the list for the year and roll up our profit so we could see it at a glance for the year. These are 2 of the ways that I've shown how you could possibly use Dashcards. But I want to take it a step further because this actually came up in a client session the other day. We were talking about ways that leadership could stay on top of progress of their team, but also like bandwidth, resource management, right? Like how many things is each person assigned to, or are they working on, and all that kind of stuff. So it got me thinking about a dashboard view that aggregates information or brings it together across the entire workspace. So this can be useful as a solo business owner too, depending on which categories and what kind of filters you set up in the dashcards. But it's definitely useful for team management. So let me just show you, this is a high level, like super simple example, but you could build on this, right? You could absolutely add more lists to this and start tracking different things. Let me just kind of show you, this is not necessarily a tutorial on how to set these up. If you don't know how to use Dashcards yet, you've never set them up before, you're going to want to refer to my original video about how to use Dashcards. So I'll definitely link that one right up here. But this is just to show you kind of what kind of information you could pull together. So you could potentially, as a solo business owner, start your day from this board, okay? So the board we've got here, I've just named it Productivity Dashboard, but again, you can name it whatever you want. I've added in here our hot list, our up next, and our awareness. So you can see that from left to right, it goes in priority from highest priority to middle priority to lowest priority, right? So our hot list has our things that are need to be done today. These are things that are due today and things that are urgent, right? And then our top 3 priorities. Top 3 priorities may or may not be due today. So right now, because of the data that this is pulling from, it is showing the same number. But you'll see as we click into each of these, they're not necessarily the same things, right? So this is showing 3 of my like personal hygiene, my personal workout, stuff like that I still need to do today. But when we look at the top 3, I based this off of a specific label so that I could go into different boards across my workspace and specifically tag something as this is in my top 3 right now. You can see that the picture here is different. That's because I'm seeing the background of the board that it's on. So you can tell that they're coming from different places. So when I come into this board, I immediately see, okay, there's potentially 6 things here, but there might be some crossover, which there was, you might have noticed. So this is what I need to start with. Then once that's done, I can come over here to up next. And this is things across my entire workspace, although I think in this particular case, I limited it to only a couple of different boards in particular, because I have a lot in my workspace, you might imagine, as a Trello consultant and someone who works with other people. I have a lot of things that are in the workspace that I don't necessarily need to see in this kind of view. So this is looking at specific boards for myself, things that are due this week. But then in this one, I thought, okay, let's just show how this can work across the entire workspace. So you can see Some of these are even on like my test board, right? So when you come in here, you can actually see all of these items, and they're all on different boards, right? And I can go to different workspace, or I'm sorry, go to the next page and see all these different things, right? So that's showing me all of the activities that are assigned to me across the whole workspace, regardless of when they're due. Active, this is potentially a place for customization. So I chose to do this based on things that on any of my boards happen to be in a doing list. I don't really use that to do doing done except for testing purposes primarily. So you can see this is on my training board, but it shows you that it's pulling across all the things that's showing me everything that is currently in an active status, right? This is, again, same thing, but things that are overdue, right? And this is actually looking across all of my boards as well, but it's specifically looking for things that are not marked complete, which some of the other ones are as well, but obviously it can't be marked complete and show as overdue at the same time. So that filter is keeping it to where you can see that most of my stuff is obviously on like old boards that I don't really interact with because look how old they are and they're still overdue, right? Then I also have one for all the things that are complete across all of my boards. Again, you can see this is the first of 110 matching cards, so they're across all of my boards. And then also snoozed. So if you're somebody that's using any of my simple to-do list functionality where you can snooze cards and they'll come back to you, this can show you on your other board anything that is snoozed that is, kind of for awareness, right? Because it's going to come back into your active list at some point, but right now it's snoozed. And the great thing is that because these are based on things that are dynamic on other boards, this is going to keep itself updated as I work through my list, as I work through the things that I need to do. And I can easily access any of them by simply clicking on them, and it's going to open straight to the board and the card in particular that I was looking at that I need to work on, right? So that's super cool and makes things really, really straightforward and simple. And if, for example, you needed to be able to, and let's just do one of these real quick, you needed to be able to see the bandwidth of somebody else. So I'm going to go ahead and say other people, just because I'm showing for an example purpose. So I'm going to come into track. I'm going to just choose any of these. And honestly, here, let's just go straight to a plain one. And I'm going to say assigned to some, oh my goodness, else. I can never type. Wait, you guys are here. Okay, so assigned to, I said don't want anyone, so doesn't include any of would be the simplest, quickest way for me to do this. And I'm going to say not assigned to me. And I'm also going to say that it is not complete because I don't care if it's complete, right? So you would do this based on each of your team members if you were managing other team members. Right now, I'm just looking at it's assigned to anyone other than me. I'm going to go ahead and hit start tracking and bring this over here. And then I could come right here and see very quickly and easily what all of these things are. And they're assigned to anyone other than me. Now, I think in this particular case, this is also potentially looking for cards that are assigned to no one. Yeah. See, this card is assigned to no one. So we probably want to hone in that if we were trying to look at anything that's not assigned to you. Most likely, if you're using this type of dash card, it's because you want to see things that are assigned to a specific person. So let's say, for example, I'm going to just come in here and say, I'm going to edit my filters and say instead that it includes, and I'll just go ahead and say it's assigned to Glenn, my husband, who, yes, I have made him be in Trello. So now I can see, oh, okay, he's got 5 things assigned to him, right? So this is a way to kind of come into a high-level space, stay on top of the, level of work that your team is working on, see specifically if you need to dive into what they're working on without having to click from board to board to understand what they're working on. So here's yet another example of how Dashcards can be incredibly powerful and help you stay on top of everything, no matter where it lives in your workspace, whether it's yours or not. And still keep it simple for you with 1 or 2 places that you need to check on a regular basis. If you have any questions on how to build this out or if a certain type of dash card widget is possible, let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching this video all the way to the end. I hope you liked it, and more importantly, I hope you found it helpful. If you did, make sure you like this video, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel, all the things to help grow this channel and make this community something that I can give even more of my time and attention to. And if you really liked this video, share it with somebody else that you think will find it helpful as well. The online tools for your business do not need to be complicated and overwhelming. It's time to let it be easy.